What's up guys, welcome back to the channel for another replay analysis. Today we've got Proxilol who submitted this replay analysis in my Discord. Link will be in the description if you would like to submit a replay analysis. PC only unfortunately, so that you can submit a replay file. If you don't know how to do that, a quick YouTube search will teach you how. Anyways, we're going to try to keep it under 25 minutes today because the average for my replay analysis on this channel runs about 40 minutes so far. So we're going to try to still be thorough but keep it nice and short. So without further ado, let's get into this replay analysis for our guy Proxilol. He submitted this almost a month ago at this point, so sorry it's taking me so long. Him and his friend Sunny D were playing together and wanted me to do a replay analysis. I think they said they're in Champ 1 and they're trying to grind out, see what's going on here. I'm only going to analyze your mistakes, Prox, for the most part. I can't really do a replay analysis for two people at once. Alright, one more time I gotta look at this. Alright, so you're clearly going back to your corner for boosts, for a boost that isn't there. Itachi just got that, Uchiha. You might have missed that, but he definitely got it on your screen while you were looking at him. You should know that boost isn't going to be there. And start positioning to start pushing downfield because you got the ball all the way on their half right now. So being all the way back in your corner for a boost that isn't even there is not a smart play. You want to try to be close enough or be far enough back to where you can't get the ball boomed over your head as third man, but close enough to where you can be in the play and keep offensive pressure if the ball gets past your first two teammates. At this point, if the ball got past Sunny and Uchiha, they'd have a free relief of pressure because you were all the way back on your half and there would be nobody to keep the ball in play offensively for your team. So again, the boost wasn't even there, so don't go for a boost that's not there, especially if it's going to put you way out of position. Especially if you also already had 45 boost, and while pushing up the field, you could have just picked up a couple pads and been at 100 boost easily. I don't like this flip for the boost. Man, I'm trying to keep this under 25 minutes, and this is kind of a nitpicky thing to critique. But especially you're front flipping at this boost. I'd prefer a side flip way earlier. Grab this pad like you did and immediately do a diagonal flip towards this boost. What that'll do is by the time you finish your flip, it'll actually land right on the boost and you can make a decision to push upfield or backfield. Usually you want to be turning defensively after a boost grab in your corner on kickoff, just in case the ball gets 50 down the middle and somebody's about to shoot on your net. But anyways, what you do is you end up front flipping, and you front flip like by the time you're already halfway to this boost and you actually land way past the boost. All this distance where you end up landing, bam, you should be landing on the boost by the time you pick it up, but you're landing all the way over here, and that entire area between you and the boost is actually a waste of space. Like, say you need to turn around for defense, like I said earlier, somebody's about to shoot on net because this 50 gets past your cheating teammate. Since you're so far away after grabbing this boost, there's no way you're gonna get back in time. So keep that in mind. You should have flipped earlier, and you should have probably used a diagonal flip so that you could land directly on the boost rather than flying way past the boost. Kind of nitpicky, but also something really easy to fix, so I figured I'd point it out. That was a weird little camera glitch. Nice hit around your opponent. I like that you didn't double commit with your teammate. I don't know if you knew he was up. I didn't really hear any audio cue. The audio sometimes gets messed up in replays though, so you might have heard him go up, or he might have called to you that he was up. But either way, good job not double committing for that ball. A little sketchy there, a little sketchy, not gonna lie, but not too much I can help you with on that one. Just not really the best challenge in the world for you right there. Okay, really quickly, I'm gonna point out paths that you can take when rotating around the field to pick up pads, because so far while you've been moving around the field, you've been completely ignoring pads, and that's a big no-no, especially if you want to start ranking up. Just downloaded the Epic Pen. I've used it before, but I didn't know how to get it to work with Rocket League. But here we go, perfect time to use it. Ready for this professionalism? So you were like right here, right when you decided to turn around. I'm gonna point out some different paths for boosts that you could take on the field. So let's make you where you were right here when you started. Different popular paths when rotating around the field. You've got these pads when pushing up to offense. That puts you in a really good spot. You know, say the ball's over on this side of the field. There was how many pads right there? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 40 boosts or 48 boosts just right there. And same thing going the other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You've got 48 boosts in midfield. Now, depending on where the play is going, you maybe can from there go for the big boost or leave that for your teammate maybe, because you don't need to grab it because you grabbed your pads. Or if you need to start positioning midfield, there's another pad you can grab, and another pad, and another pad, right? So typically when you're pushing up on offense, you'll be taking this route upfield and then making a decision whether you want to go this way or maybe you want to go down this way, continue picking up pads and pushing up on offense, or you want to kind of be passive around this area, maybe collect these pads as you drive around, right? But just note that this path is there to take when you're pushing up on offense. Same thing when coming back to defense. So you started out here, on your way back, you just immediately flipped in this direction, and I don't think you picked up a single pad. Instead, if you turn and you pick up these pads on your way to defense, and you can either shadow the play, going this way, right? Pick up this pad, and then boom, you're here facing, you're at near post facing far post. You're in a great position to save anything that comes towards the net. Or if you want to face the play, because more than likely this guy's going to go turn and grab that boost, he's going to be in this position. You don't want to be contesting kind of the same area, so maybe you grab the pads like this, you come around to this side of the post, and you're facing this way. Again, facing the opposite direction of the post that you're sitting at, and bam, you're ready to defend anything that comes your way. So there's another really popular route on defense. When coming back, pick up those pads. If you're on this side of the field, you can pick up these pads as you come back. A lot of the time you'll land maybe on their backboard after a challenge. The opponents will grab their corner boost, and so you just have to get back ASAP, right? Well, grab these pads on your way back to defense. Or maybe if you need to go this way, grab these pads on your way back to defense. Lots of routes of pads to take, and it's really important at every single rank that you're grabbing your pads. And there's of course the ones that go straight down the middle. All right, let's get back to the replay. All right. Okay. Let me see this. I'm surprised you read that he was missing that. I'm assuming you did because you went. If you were not reading that he was missing that and you were just going just to go, make sure you're not going for a ball that you're clearly getting beat to. If he's already up and it looks like he's hitting it, don't go for the ball. You're just going to get beat and then be out of the play for a little bit for no good reason. Again, look at, we just talked about the pathing. See all these pads you're passing on your way back here? Back it up one more time just to give you a visual of what you're doing, what you could have done. Like you're missing all these pads and your rotation back. That's what your rotation should have looked like. You'd be at like 56 boost, but you're probably at 0 boost right now. Oh, you're actually at 56. So you could have 100 boost right now, even better. Yeah, so huge tip for you already. Definitely by champ 1, you want to start getting into the habit of picking up your pads as often as possible. Because so far this entire game, you have not picked up a single pad. Or you may have, but not really intentionally. Alright, let me see this one more time. Obviously, you get scored on, so we've got to find something that could have been done better. Obviously, I've been telling you about picking up your pads now. This exact situation could have been avoided if you had picked up your pads instead of V-lining straight for your corner boost. Again, I know I've pointed out the same thing over and over and over again, and the situation isn't entirely on you since you and your teammate just kind of collided, but if you could have not been in that situation in the first place had you been picking up pads. So instead of V-lining completely for that boost and taking even longer to push up field with your teammate Sunny D, if you were grabbing these pads as you pushed up field, you could be in position with at least a half a tank of boost. Right? You'd be up around this area as third man. Uchachi, or what the fuck ever his name is, Uchiha Itachi, since it's backwards, that was fucking me up. But you wouldn't be getting bumped by your teammate, who is moving for that boost, assuming it's up. And I mean, obviously he kind of destroyed you, right? He kind of flipped right into you, but could have been avoided had you been picking up your pads. You wouldn't have found yourself in that situation. So far, all I've really pointed out is a kickoff strategy, tweak, and pads. All right, let's move on. Obviously not the greatest sequence of events. All right. I'm curious what Sunny D's doing here. I mean, you guys are teamed up and you're playing together, and you wanted me to do an analysis for both of you, but obviously you should not be cheating in his position on the corner. He should be half flipping straight back for that boost in most cases, unless you're a full team communicating that that's what you want to do, and he's gonna Itachi Uchiha is gonna try to force that to him on the corner cheat. But you guys are sending two people up to cheat this way, and then it confuses you. You see the boost. Sunny D should have already had that boost, and he should be on this ball. But since he kind of played his role awkwardly and not really standardly, you're kind of out of position now because of that. Let's see what else we got. Point out again, obviously I can't just keep telling you pads because you haven't seen this replay analysis to learn from it, but I hope after pointing it out you're realizing how many pads you're missing while rotating around the field. Like, it seems to me like nobody's ever told you about pads or about pathing over pads, and it shows really hard in your movement around the field. So I'm surprised that you've made it to Champ 1 and you haven't heard anything about pathing over pads yet. But you have now, okay? So start implementing that into your gameplay. Always super important to try to stay as boosted up as possible at all times by picking up your pads as you move around the field. All right, get beat on the defensive clear. All right, right here, as soon as you see your teammates double commit, I like you sitting up here waiting for a pass, but as soon as you see your teammates double commit, you gotta book it back to third man, book it back to defense. All right, because if this ball now gets past them, you're fucked. Nobody's back on defense. And even if this ball doesn't get past them, you might be able to score if they put this past this last guy. But it's just so risky to not go back to defense after you see your teammates double commit. Pretty much anytime you see your teammates double commit, your brain should automatically switch to like, oh crap, I need to go play defense if I'm not already, because obviously if you're upfield and then both your teammates are both going for the ball, that leaves nobody else back. So you need to book it back to defense as soon as you see your teammates double commit. Because look at that. They got beat, nobody was back. And you could have possibly been back if you had made that decision as soon as you saw them double commit. Actually, you probably definitely could have been back. Could have been a better touch, but I don't like to point out a lot of mechanical errors because that's not really something that you can improve upon after watching the replay analysis, unless it is something that I can quickly, you know, help you improve on. I don't really point out just lackluster mechanical plays. All right, let's see one more time. Let's see if we can get any idea where Uchiha would be, and if this would be a good idea to pass off the backboard like you are. It's not bad. He actually got a really good clear though. It's pretty hard to ever really tell somebody they're in the wrong for trying to hit a pass, right? Even if it's a backward pass. Passing is a very powerful tool. So you're rarely going to tell me that, or you're rarely going to see me tell you that passing is the wrong decision, unless it was clearly like an open net or something like that. All right, one more time, backing up. This is why these replays take me so freaking long to do. All right, trying to read this corner bounce. Don't get the best read, unfortunately. You end up passing it right back out to your opponent. Kind of comes from misreading the bounce on the wall. If I could say anything, I would definitely say that your reaction time was kind of slow here, and you could have put yourself in a much better position for this read just by realizing, bam, he's hitting this to the corner. Like, what does facing this direction do for you positively? What does this positively do for you in this position facing this way? Right? Why would you? He's hitting the ball that way and you're pointing your car out this way, right? The only thing you could do in this position is like wrap up behind the ball, and when it bounces, try to catch it and like bring it up the backboard or something. But that's kind of risky, and you're probably not going to execute on that very often just because of the rank you're at and your mechanical abilities. So what you should have done, if you back up one more time, as soon as you see this ball is about to go to your corner and bounce off the corner, right? Swing back a little bit, put yourself in a better position to cover all angles that that ball could possibly bounce off of the corner. So if you swing back a little bit, back it up a tiny bit, and you're in this position as this ball bounces off, you're gonna have a much easier time reading it and probably give yourself a much better chance of beating this guy or taking the 50 towards your corner of the wall and being able to stay on the ball and dribble it and flick it out off the wall or something like that. So just kind of poor positioning for a bounce that's about to come off of your corner. Like, look at this, how awkward you're putting yourself in an awkward situation for kind of no reason. You kind of looked like you had a glimpse of hope on trying to pick up pads here. Just gonna point it out again one more time just so you know a good path in this position to take when picking up pads. Bam, 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 bam. And that was like 56 boost right there. You're like, you're good to go. So there's that circle right in front of your net that you can pick up pads in. So make sure you're using that as well when you're stuck on defense. And maybe that corner boost, you know, it's not a good idea to go grab it because you guys are being pressured hard. You can't afford to leave the net. So instead, bam, 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 maybe just turn right there if you have to really quickly, or bam, 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 you're in position. Again, those pads. I'm gonna stop pointing that out now. I think you've heard enough of me telling you to pick up pads. All right, right here, really not a good idea to shoot this ball. I would be trying to put this off of backboard or off of the corner for your teammates, because there's 3 people in net. There's really no shot that, I mean, there's a shot, there's a chance that you can score this ball if you have like the perfect top corner shot with like 100-mile-per-hour speed on it. But even then, 3 people in net could possibly save that ball. So instead, if you see everybody in net ready for you to shoot that, just put it off the backboard instead. There's nobody on the backboard in this position. That'd be a really deadly situation. If you see nobody on the backboard, it's really good to pass it off the backboard and take advantage of nobody being up there to defend the ball. But if you see somebody on the backboard, then maybe go for the infield pass instead, or pass off the corner maybe. But the worst thing you could do is pass it off the backboard. If somebody's already on the backboard, you're just going to be passing it to them for a hard clear back to your half. Oh, close one there. Close one. We going to OT? Oh no, why are you up for this? You rarely ever want to go for a ball that's this sharply over your head. If the ball is this far over your head, it's like it is right on the cusp of being too far over your head to consider going for. There's a sliver. I mean, like if this attacker is not there, then yes, you can maybe go for this ball. But with him already there on the sidewall, ready to hit the ball at any moment, all you're doing by going up for this is you're just getting beat. You should have got beat. You might not. But he should have just hit that past you off the sidewall for completely free, and your teammate would have been on the receiving end of probably an infield pass to a shot. So that was just a really bad ball to go for with your positioning, just because of how high over your head it was. It's just super easy from his position to clear this over you. Instead, I would have turned around, tried to get into a better position. Ideally, your teammate should actually go for this ball, because if you're turning around to try to get better positioning, right, that's a lot of time that this guy's going to go uncontested. And whenever somebody is going for a ceiling shot, yeah, you want to send somebody to contest ASAP, because the longer you go without contesting somebody who's in the air, the more deadly and dangerous their play becomes. So with that aspect in mind, yes, it's good for you to go up and force him to do something. But your challenge, like, yeah, while you're forcing him to do something, kind of, it's barely something. Like he has to sneeze on the ball and he's gonna get past you. He really doesn't have to work hard to get this past you. So instead, if you just come back and play a bit more passively, Sunny D sees you're rotating back, and then he challenges first, and you're in a perfect position to play defense if you need to. Instead of, so he's got a good challenge, and then you've got good defense, good defensive positioning, versus a bad challenge and decent defensive positioning, right? If you're weighing your options, you either have bad challenge, good positioning, or good challenge, good positioning. Obviously, the latter is the better option, so you want to take that option. Okay, we got OT. Nice. I don't know if you win this game or not, so type it up. We'll type it up. OT, baby. Game 7. What a pinch. Oh, he's just scoring that. Okay, nice. Super hype, super hype. That quick OT kind of helped us keep the video short. Nice. Yeah, okay. Obviously, biggest takeaway from this game, pick up your pads, man. Those paths I showed earlier for picking up your pads, I'm going to show one more time. I think I maybe can do a slightly better job of representing them on the field. Okay, so let's say you're pushing out of your net to offense. You could be pushing up, picking up all these pads, staying up, staying with full boost the entire time. And same thing going this way. Same thing from the other side, or while you continue to push up. You have all these pads going up the middle. Say you're rotating back from their side and you need to pick up pads going back to defense, and you notice your opponent is already grabbing all these pads, or your teammates already grabbing all these pads on their rotation back. You have these pads up the middle. Same thing if you're pushing out on offense. You have these same pads up the middle if you need to take the middle route. If you're on defense and maybe you just challenge in this position and this boost isn't here for you to pick up, instead of not having any boost on your way back, pick up these pads, going around the outside here, loop back in front of the net, or, you know, in your defensive positioning back post. Plenty of times in this game, probably the entire game actually, you could say, that you were not picking up pads. So big thing to focus on that will definitely elevate your gameplay. Second big thing, or not big thing, but second thing I pointed out was that kickoff. You can rewind back to the beginning of the video to hear what I had to say on that again. And then lastly, what else did I have to say? You know, don't take a shot on a net with 3 defenders sitting in it. If there's 3 defenders in the net, that means the backboard is totally open. It'd be a perfect time to go for a backboard pass or even an infield pass. But ideally, most likely, you don't want to shoot onto a net with 3 defenders sitting there waiting for your shot. You're probably not going to score. And then lastly, you know, anyone really could take this advice. I would really recommend watching my self-reflection, self-replay analysis that I did just a couple videos ago. I think it was 2 videos ago now, where I really talk a lot about picking your challenges wisely and taking 50-50s well, but mainly picking your challenges wisely. Definitely could have had a couple better challenges, especially in the end right before that OT. You guys could have possibly lost that OT because of that bad challenge. But anyways, that's gonna be the video. We did a good job keeping it a little shorter. We might, after a little editing and cropping, have kept it under 25 minutes, hopefully. If I didn't, hey, we're getting better at least. If you liked the video, if you learned something, make sure you leave a like on the video and subscribe if you're new to the channel. We're gonna keep this educational Rocket League videos and gameplays and replay analysis coming. And also don't forget, if you want a replay analysis, you know, every once in a while I do them for free in my Discord. The link is in the description. Join the Discord, submit your replay file to the replay analysis chat. I do them free every once in a while. Otherwise, you have to be a subscriber to my Twitch channel and you get 1 free replay analysis every week, or you can redeem them with 3,000 channel points on my Twitch channel. And with all that wrapped up, have a great day, guys. Peace.